Alrighty, hello everyone. Welcome to my Sunday stock watch. It is time to get back to work. So, for this next week, we have a couple important things going on, but most importantly, the market will be closed on Friday because it is July 4th, and on Thursday, we will only have a half day in the market, so the market will be closing at 1 p.m. Eastern or 10 a.m. Pacific. So, keep that in mind. Make sure to be aware of that. Half days normally aren't the best or greatest days for trading. But anyways, let's get right into it. Let's check out our economic calendar for this next week. I believe it is a no news Monday. I don't think we have too much going on. Let's check it out. Am I wrong about that? We do have, mainly no news Monday. We don't have too much going on that's going to be super important. But Tuesday, we got something not so fun, just to let you guys down right now. We have Jerome Powell speaking at market open bright and early, 6:30 a.m. or 9:30 a.m. for my Eastern traders. Unfortunately, the market opens at 6:30 for me. So yeah, bright and early, 6:30 a.m. we have Jerome Powell speaking, and then 30 minutes after open we have PMI and job openings. So that will all be something you need to be aware of. Maybe just be hands off the first 30 to 40 minutes of market open. Potentially maybe no trades there. We'll see what happens. And then Wednesday, let's see. We don't have anything too important going on Wednesday. So, and then Thursday. Okay, so Thursday we do have non-farm payrolls. That's fun. Usually it's on Fridays, but markets close Friday, so we had to move it. We got NFP Thursday, unemployment rate, all that good stuff, jobless claims. So that is all going to be 1 hour before market open, and then Friday, market will be closed. We got no news there. So let's get into it. Let's get into the weekly outlook. As of right now, we already know all-time highs. We are at all-time highs. And why is my chart messing with me right now? So yeah, let's look out into the daily. We already know we're above all-time highs. We took out all-time highs last week, so it's been a fun time. Trading all-time highs isn't the easiest, but one thing I will say to you guys is do not try to short the market right now. Do not try to guess where the top is, and do not try to short without actual confirmation is kind of what I'm getting at. So just wait it out. Just wait till we see some actual downside. Just wait till we see, an actual rejection at a key area. Of course, 550 on QQQ is a very key area and an area where we will potentially see some more rejection at. I believe right now during overnight market, which is just opened, I believe Qs is sitting around 549.96. Oh, yeah, 549.97 is where we're sitting at. So we're pretty close to that 550 area. We might see a rejection there, but that's going to be my most important key level as of right now is 550 on QQQ. Above there, again, it's going to be hard to mark out key levels. I would, maybe look for 555 next, somewhere. And now we've just crossed above 550 overnight, as you all can see. So now crossed above 550. Let's see where this will take us. Again, that is, more all-time highs. That's an area we have never seen on Qs. We slightly rejected it. We rejected literally at 550, like 01 area on QQQ on Friday. So we'll see where this takes us. We might, continue. We will most likely continue higher for no news Monday, and then Tuesday we might see some downside go on. Really just depends with news this week. So that's kind of what I'm looking for there. I'm not generally looking to take downside just yet until we see a real confirmation and rejection of us getting downside, of potentially the top being in. But trading all-time highs, you have to be very careful. So that is generally what I'm going to be looking and watching for, is that 50 area, again, maybe market open tomorrow, we completely just disrespect it and we just continue higher above 550. So I would probably be looking to turn that 550 area into a support area. Pretty strong level there. But yeah, if we do end up rejecting 550 come tomorrow, then I would like to see us trade back into 547, 546 area come tomorrow. Sorry, I'm now watching cues. We like dip below 550. Now we're back at 550. So if, yeah, we do get a real rejection, I would like to see us trade into this 547 area, even, 545, and then continue higher into strength unless we see actual, an actual real downside move. So that's generally what I'm looking for on cues. Kind of hard to give weekly levels when we're sitting at an area like this. SPY is going to be the same thing generally. So let's take a look at SPY. We are currently sitting at 616.35 on SPY. So we did see up to 616.43. So probably 617 area is a place I'd be looking for to either see rejection or to continue this all-time high trend. All-time high areas up. We are still sitting above all-time highs on SPY as well, so something to keep in mind. But if we do see a rejection there once again, same sort of thing as cues, I would look for us to see downside to like around 611, 610 area and a potential continuation up unless the top is in, unless we get some bad news and we just start, selling off somewhat. But also be careful of those times where people will tend to take profits. Don't just continue buy. Be careful. You have to be very careful at all-time high areas. But anyways, that's kind of generally what I'm looking for going into tomorrow. The rest of this week, don't really know. We got a lot of news going on and we got a short week as well. Tesla, heard some news with, Elon Musk pissing off Trump once again or something like that. Who really knows? But right now we are currently sitting at 324 on Tesla. We have been trading in a pretty tight range after those 2 crazy days of, upside with the robotaxi and then some downside when investors realized they didn't care too much about the robotaxi news. So sitting at 324 is pretty perfect. We are still within this range right here. So I'm either going to look for a breakout of 319 or 329. And either break, I'm either going to target some downside or upside. I think Tesla could give us a really nice move going into this next week. So I would keep an eye on it. Next thing, NVIDIA. NVIDIA is a tough one. We're at all-time highs as well. So depending on what we're currently sitting at, which is 158.30, 158.34. So yeah, we're still taking out those the all-time high area. We're still sitting around there. So either we see a rejection at like true all-time highs at this 158.66, or we just break above it and continue. And next area I'd be looking for on NVIDIA is obviously 160, big round number. So I'd be looking towards there, but again, it is going to be pretty difficult to really determine where we could see up to when we are trading in these unknown territories. But opening range is super helpful for these opening territories. I would like to say that and drop that. And then if we do end up rejecting those areas, we could most definitely see back into this 155, 154 range. So be watching for that. Couple other things on my list for this next week. Bitcoin hasn't really been doing too much. If we're looking on the 1 hour, I mean, we did see this upside from last week, Sunday. But that was obviously due to war news and all that going on. But we'd been sitting in a range this entire week on Bitcoin, and obviously coin kind of skyrocketed. MSTR sat in a range basically for majority of that week. We did get this random upside here. I don't remember what that's from. But yeah, MSTR and coin could potentially be good watchers for this next week, depending on what Bitcoin does. If Bitcoin breaks out of this current range that it's in, either to the upside or to the downside. Again, depending on what we see. If we continue with all-time highs across the board, across every name, then yeah, Bitcoin will continue up. We might see a break back above 110, reach into 112 even. Wouldn't doubt it. But if we do get some downside and some exhaustion from buyers, then we could definitely see Bitcoin also get a nice move into maybe 106, 105 area. But right now, the buyers are looking like David Goggins. So, really just depends. But yeah, Coin. Obviously, you guys all know this type of upside that we got on Coin due to some news generally with Coinbase company. But yeah, it's been a pretty nice trader. You do have to be very careful of it and careful of the moves that it makes. Because those options contracts on Coin, man, they get big movements. So we're also sitting within a nice range on Coin. Let's see. We are currently sitting at 358.68. So Coin does not, want to give up 350 area, 345 area, obviously. As we saw that all of last week, Coin really not wanting to give this area up since like Wednesday or so. So we've been trading above it. I would, if we do see Bitcoin get a continuation, I would like to see Coin above 360, reach into that 375 area. But MSTR is going to be a much better mover, in my opinion, just because Coinbase has gotten so much movement. I really think MSTR will give us something nice. We are sitting at 392. So going into tomorrow, if, Bitcoin is still sitting at 108, looking strong, we could potentially want to long MSTR above 394 or so. That is kind of what I'd be looking for, and then a break into 400 on MSTR. Other than that, Meta's at all-time highs, or nearing all-time highs at least. Yeah, we didn't get a true tap in all-time highs, so this could be interesting. Again, we could just continue up and up and up in a way. Who really knows? It just kind of depends. Apple has not been doing jack shit, I'll be honest. It has just been trading within this range of like 195 to 205, 206 area for weeks. We could definitely see a potential move come from Apple. So I'd keep an eye on it, but I wouldn't be watching it like super closely. Don't miss out on other moves that we could potentially have going into this next week. Hims, my favorite thing in the world. So I got a lot of shares of Hims right now that I'm going to hold for short term. After this, heavy downside, where am I looking at? Let's go only 1 hour. After this heavy downside due to news on Hims, we were kind of sitting within $40, $45 area until Thursday and until Friday. So Thursday initially is when I bought my first shares, and then I bought some more Friday morning. But I absolutely love Hims. I would love to see a nice maybe pull back into 46 to take some longs once again. And I think that sell-off was really, not super necessary. But right on Hims, we are sitting at 50.15. So pretty good area still within this range right here. Definitely keep watch on that. If we do end up getting downside, I would look for a break from 46 to see sellers continue selling this off. But ideally, I would like to long Hims. That is what I ideally am looking for. Other than that, not too much going on. Everything I mentioned is that I'm really watching for are these stocks that are not, trading at all-time highs. All these stocks that are trading at all-time highs are going to be really difficult because trying to long them, we don't really have a set take profit area, and trying to short them is really trying to call the move, and that is not something we want to do, obviously. But anyways, that is going to be it for today for my Sunday Stock Watch. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening to me, but let me know if you guys have any questions or anything that you need help with. But make sure to subscribe to the YouTube if you want to see more education content.